Hey guys, this is Anirudh. Welcome back to my channel. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to receive instant notification whenever I upload a new video on YouTube. So in this particular lecture, we will cover everything that is required from the topic of ECG for cracking the NEET exam. Nothing more, nothing else. Okay. This will be a very short lecture, and this ECG is also called as, the full form of ECG is electrocardiogram. Electrocardiograph is the name of the instrument with which you are taking the ECG. Okay, that is all. So in this particular video, we look at the concept of ECG, the waves of ECG, and some other clinical significance. That's enough. So this particular person is Dr. William Einthoven. He lived in the years of 1860 to 1927. Okay, so he was the first person to devise a method to actually record the electrical activity of heart. Okay, he was the first person to do that, and still now, we use his own method for the purpose of measuring the ECG. Monitoring the ECG of a person. So ECG shows the electrical activity of the heart. Okay, and how are you going to record it? It is recorded with the help of multiple electrodes kept on the body. So ECG showing the electrical activity of heart. So this is the definition given for ECG in the NCERT textbook. It is the graphical representation. You get a graph out of that. Okay, it is the graphical representation of the electrical activity of the heart. Heart has electrical activity. Current is flowing inside the heart through the conducting system of heart, and you are actually representing it as a graph. That's all. The waves of ECG are including P wave, QRS complex, and T wave. Don't look at this particular U wave over here. I just mentioned it for completion's sake. It is not at your level. But P wave, QRS complex, and T wave are the three important waves in ECG. That's all. Let's proceed to the further discussion. This is the ECG machine. You see, you can have a screen over here. It shows the real-time recordings. And this is the printer. An inbuilt printer is there in ECG now. So it will record everything and it will give you the printout. Take this printout to a doctor. The doctor will analyze and give you the result after that. Now, this is the heart diagram which is given in NCERT, your favorite diagram out of that, and this is the ECG diagram in NCERT. So I have just clubbed it over here so I can explain it very easily now. Essay note, the natural pacemaker of heart is going to release the impulses. It covers the atria, right atrium and left atrium first, and that is recorded as P wave. Atrial depolarization. Atria are now getting the current from the essay note. When the atria gets the current, it is called as atrial depolarization. So P wave is showing atrial depolarization. And when will atria contract? Almost after P wave. Okay, almost after this. So P wave is in a way atrial contraction, but that is not 100% correct. P wave means atrial depolarization. Now, then the impulse will proceed into this particular AV node, then it goes into the bundle of His, it divides into right and left bundle, it reaches the apex of the ventricles, and then it proceeds in this way, and it also proceeds in that way as the Purkinje fibers. So as it proceeds to this particular Purkinje fibers, which are depicted here, then the ECG is recording this QRS complex. Ventricles are getting the current now, and that is called as the ventricular depolarization. So when ventricles are getting depolarized, the atria are getting repolarized. Atria are going to relax. So QRS complex signifies two things. One, basically it is ventricular depolarization. At the same time, atria are going to repolarize. So both those things are shown by QRS complex. Please make this a habit to learn this in the perfect way possible. Don't confuse the D and re. Okay, they can trick you with this in these exams. And finally, the ventricles are about to relax, and that is shown by the P wave, ventricular repolarization. So just summarizing this, P wave is atrial depolarization, QRS complex is ventricular depolarization or atrial repolarization, and T wave is ventricular repolarization. So this is the next P wave. Okay, the next cycle is going to start. The P wave represents the electrical excitation or depolarization of atria. This word is very much important. Mark this in the textbook right now, which leads to contraction of both atria. See, just look at this. See, P wave represents the depolarization of atria. That means atria are getting the current, and that is leading to the contraction of atria. They haven't said that P wave is the contraction of atria. No, that is not 100% correct. P wave is something that is leading to the atrial contraction. Even in the textbook, they have marked this very correctly. I don't know how it is taught wrongly in the classes. P wave means depolarization of atria and not the contraction of atria as such. If you say P wave is the contraction of atria, then that is not 100% correct. That's all. QRS complex represents the depolarization of ventricles. That means ventricles are getting the current, which initiates a ventricular contraction. That means QRS is something that initiates ventricular contraction. It is just initiating this. Only a path of ventricular contraction is there in QRS. So QRS is not actually equal to ventricular contraction. It is equal to ventricular depolarization, and at the same time atria are repolarizing. Okay. Now T wave represents the return of ventricle from excited state to normal state. It is going to come back from the contracted state into the relaxed state. Okay. That is all, repolarization. And the end of T wave marks the end of systole. I think this was also asked in some of the practice tests. The end of which of the following waves will mark the end of systole? Mark this here itself. Okay. That is all. P wave, atrial depolarization, QRS complex ventricular depolarization and atrial repolarization. T wave is ventricular repolarization. Okay, that's all. This is something that is normally asked in certain exams, some practice tests. If you are having the habit of writing the All India test series from good institutes in Kota city or so, they will also give these kind of questions over here. This is not an image based question. Please don't get me wrong for this. They will say this is what is this segment called as ST segment. Okay, this is the S wave, this is the T wave, this is the ST segment, and here this ST segment, instead of lying over here as a flat line, it is going up. That is called as ST segment elevation. ST is elevated. Point to remember is ST segment elevation is seen in acute myocardial infarction, at least in some patients. So whenever a person is having the acute myocardial infarction, the feature which is shown by his ECG is ST elevation. That is all you need to remember. How will you calculate the heart rate? By counting the number of QRS complex. You have a formula for that. Put the number of QRS complex in that particular formula. You will get the value of heart rate. That is all. So the question to remember is, which of the wave is utilized for the purpose of counting the heart rate of a person? What is the normal heart rate here? As per the textbook, 72 beats per minute is the standard heart rate of a person, of a resting normal person. But any heart rate between 60 to 100 is normal. Acute myocardial infarction, you have ST elevation. So remember these two questions also. And with that, we come to the end of this particular video. So this much of information is more than sufficient to crack any of the entrance exams for getting into MBBS. So okay, if you like this video, please like, share and comment in the comment box below what all suggestions you want to tell me, and click the bell icon to receive instant notification whenever I upload a new video on YouTube. Thank you.